Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Make It Make, where I always try to encourage you, if you can't get it to make, then make it make. So a couple days ago, maybe about a week as of right now, I was challenged by Bushcraft. He has a channel on YouTube. Definitely give him a like and follow. He's super, super sweet, along with Bare Truth. But Bushcraft had challenged me on a book selection for survival. Like, what is in my survival book collection? God forbid if the grid were to go down, things like that. So I'm glad for this challenge, although I do feel like I am lacking in some things, but I'm more than happy to show you what it is that I have. And I do not have links for all of these books. I so greatly apologize, but the ones that I do have links for, I will make sure is in the description because some of them are really good. All right, so let's get started with number one. The first book I ever bought for canning is the complete book of home preserving through the Ball Company. Now, I bought this book when I knew nothing. I had a can or two underneath one of my friends, and then after that, it was very vague. It was just sort of like, here's what you do, blah, blah, blah. If you're starting and you have never, ever done canning before, ever, this is an amazing book. And the reason why is because there are a lot of pictorials. There's a lot of troubleshooting in the book. It's very easy, sort of kind of takes your hand and walks you step by step. I think there's a yield guide to it. There's just a lot of pictorials in there that for someone like me is very, very helpful. Very user-friendly for beginners. So the next book I have is the Home Canning book by the USDA. It's a complete guide. This book is actually online as like a PDF file. You can, I think, yeah, it's online. They also have a website where you can directly go onto. It's the National Center of Home Food Preservation that you can go to. It's a free website and you can look this book up online there. I wanted this book in print for the same reasons. If, you know, we had no internet, nothing, this is your Google for that. Tons of information in here. This is not something that like you can just open it up, bam, there's the recipe. There are recipes in it, but it really goes in depth and why for certain foods, gets into meats, exotic meats. But this is a great book to have. This is one of my top three. This is the first one. This would be my second one. And then my third favorite book that I would recommend to people is the Amish Canning Cookbook. Now, I say this very loosely. I personally would not consider this to truly, truly be Amish, just because everything in here is according to USDA standards. So if you're doing your low acid foods, your pressure canning. If you're doing your high acid foods, your water bath canning. They don't necessarily do it, these recipes aren't like Amish water bath recipes for everything. It's not like that. However, with that said, it really is a fantastic book. This is the book that you can just open up, look at a recipe, and just go, especially if you've had experience under your belt with water bath and pressure canning. Wonderful, wonderful book. I also love her honesty in how she addresses recipes that have been passed down from generation to generation and her outlook on that. So I thought that that's really good. I like it when authors are able to tap into that and realize that there really are other people out there who have a trusted recipe that they've been working with. She also touches up on Tattler lids. Tattler lids is a reusable lid. There's a little bit of a learning curve to it, but that's a great product as well. She touches up on that, which a lot of people, I actually haven't really seen a whole lot of canning books, that address that. So literally I can open this up and bam, 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 there it is. There's the recipe, easy peasy, very simple. So this would be my third go-to book as far as canning books are concerned. The next book I have, which I know that you all have probably seen me promote on my channel, is Preserving God's Bounty, a healthy ball. Basically, it says low sugar and sugar-free canning recipes are just healthy recipes in general. This is a true Amish canning book, okay? There are some pressure canning recipes, but very, very few. It is heavy on the water bath. And the people who wrote it are Amish, and I sat down with them. They're an amazing family. So I will make sure that the link on how to buy their book is on there along with my discount code. If you want to save a couple dollars, you can do that. But this is a wonderful book. I was very pleasantly surprised and very pleased, very well written. She took a long time in making this book. So this has definitely become a staple in my pantry. Another book that I absolutely love that was written by, I think she's Mennonite. Nope, she's Amish. It's called Treasured Recipes. This book is really hard to get a hold of. I have tried looking on Amazon because this is a great Amish cookbook. I'm only showing you this because it's a challenge and you know what it is in my library. They do have their information here on how to get a hold of the book. I'm sorry that I don't have a discount code for you. They just choose to be very simple about their marketing, and that's completely fine and very much respectable. I mean, they had just such a love for cooking and made a book and wanted to share it with people. This truly is a beautiful, amazing book. If you can get your hands on it, if you can contact them, I'm sure that they would send you a book. Another one is, of course, the classic home canning cookbook by Kerr. Look at this. Someone sent this to me. This is an original. The one that you can actually buy on Amazon, okay, is still in print. They print it out for historical purposes, honestly, and that version is going to look like this, the Kerr Home Canning Cookbook. I'll make sure that this is in there too. It's the exact same book. Except, you know, this is the original and it's in color. This one is not. But again, the exact same book. I love this book because it shows you how people used to can back in the day. It shows you water bath recipes. It shows you a bit of the unusual. So these are fun books to have. And, you know, again, if things were to go down, this is a neat way to be able to look at how things were done back in the day. To add to our vintage books, which I highly suggest that if you can go on eBay and get a bunch of canning vintage books, go ahead and do that because you'd be surprised what recipes are on there and just new stuff to find. I have another Kerr one canning cookbook here. And then I have, again by Kerr, another one here. Yeah. And then another one. I just like to accumulate vintage cookbooks, and sometimes people send them to me and I feel so blessed that I'm able to get my hands on such lovely treasures that I feel like are gone now. So these books are truly, truly treasured. I highly recommend if you can find them. Again, eBay is probably my go-to for it. They're always wonderful to have in a survival book collection. Now, I do have like this one book that was given to me by the Amish, and it is still in print. I don't know if you'll necessarily get this edition, but I know that this Back to Basics still exists. It's How to Learn and Traditional American Skills. This book right here is pack filled on how to start from nothing, off grid if you had nothing. I mean, this is crazy, the stuff that they get into. Let me read off to it. Again, it's called Back to Basics. Learn how to enjoy traditional American skills. I'm just going to read off a little bit here. Buying country property, planning your home, preparing the site, building a log cabin, building a stone house, raising a barn, developing a water supply, saunas, hot tubs, sanitation, fireplace, construction, stone walls, energy, making your house energy efficient, wood as fuel, heating wood, water power, wind power, solar power, other energy sources. I mean, there's part 3, raising your own vegetables, fruit, and livestock, herbs, gardens, fruits, nuts, pest control, grains, grasses, beekeeping, fish farming, raising livestock, celebrating holidays, canoeing and kayaking, wilderness camping, outdoors and winter. This is like for fun activity stuff. Soap making, candle making, basketry, metalworking, household recipes, broom making, woodworking, tanning and leathering, woodwork. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. I feel like this is like the book to have. And it doesn't just like tell you about these skills. It is showing you step by step for all of these skills, all of them. I mean, look at this, disposing of waste without wasting water. Look at this system. Let's do another one here. Tools and techniques for harvesting your wood. And there is, of course, a whole section on canning. Oh my gosh. Something for nothing, water pumping itself. A self-water pumping system. I mean, guys, this is crazy. Planting, managing your herb garden. There's so much in this book that I feel like if I only had to choose one, this would be it, as far as, because I know that I'm lacking in gardening. I know that I'm lacking in my, in my library for many things, but I'm just like, oh, this book right here, huge. This covers it all. I feel like this covers it all. I do have the creamery, the home creamery book. This is a wonderful book, especially if you want to start, tapping into learning how to work with raw milk and all the benefits and things that you can make with raw milk. I'll tell you, it really is interesting. Making your own sour cream, making your own cottage cheese. Oh my gosh, let me keep thinking here. Your regular cream. I mean, it really goes in to pictorials as well. It really has, pictorials as well. What to use. So making mozzarella, making goat cheese, I mean, it's a beautiful book, and it's a very easy read as well. So this is a book that I've really enjoyed, and I just think it's really good to have, because if you ever just only have raw milk, I mean, raw milk is just liquid gold, and the amount of things that you can do with it is just, I mean, gosh, I don't want to keep saying amazing, because I feel like that's just such a small word for it, but like, I mean, the possibilities, it's just, okay, we'll just say it, amazing. Give me a word. The other thing I wanted to tell you about is, magazines. It's nice to have a subscription to magazines and keep those subscriptions. I will tell you this, there is an Amish magazine that you all might be interested in. It's called The Connection. Okay. Now there are a lot of things in here locally. I think it hits up like Maryland, Ohio, maybe Illinois. I mean, okay, it's called The Connection, and you can easily, sign up for this. And the reason why I like these magazines is because there's like fun stuff here for kids to do. A more simple way for them, to have some fun. There's always a section for the kids, always some beautiful stories that are in here. There's poems in here, Miller's Dairy Moos, talking about all kinds of stuff that maybe, you would have never given thought to. Just a simpler way of life, sort of like tapping into the Amish, what they're reading, how are they building, what are they doing, what are they wearing, what are they selling. This has been a really nice, sort of like an insider book for the English. So it's called The Connection. All right, so this book here is a great book. It's called Canning by Sue and Bill Deming. Now, I really, really enjoy this book. This is a good one. It is vintage. There's a lot to learn from. It does have pretty pictures in it. You could try to find it on Amazon or eBay, but I recommend it because this is a really, really, really good one. Okay, so even though I don't use the WEC jar system a whole lot, I still have their book because of the recipes, okay? So the WEC Home Preserving book, beautiful book. I mean, I can just look at this book for hours. Beautiful. I mean, it focuses, of course, putting them in WEC jars, but who doesn't want a gorgeous canning book? Every single page is just art for someone who loves canning. I mean, it's beautiful, and I love the recipes. So this is a nice one to have. So that's pretty much it. That's what I have. Very heavy on cooking and canning and all those other things. But remember, guys, you could have the best library of survival books, but the point is not to be so self-sufficient where you don't develop a community, because if we're being really honest, we can't do it all. So it's nice to be able to have one skill or two skills or even three skills and be able to share it with other people that may have skills that you don't. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, take care and God bless.